Huh. Be right back. What up, Jay? Oh, wow. Dahlia, look at you. You have taste. Shoutouts to Guerlain's Mixuko. Beautiful. Do you know about this one, Dahlia? It's not Mitsuko, but it is Mitsuko. You know what I mean? Beautiful scent. I'll get a bottle of Mitsuko one day when I get the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can say Diaghilev is better than Mitsuko. It's just, you know, Roja cloned Mitsuko. You know, he took the story, he took the scent, and he tried to take it and make it the same thing but better. They smell extremely close. Mitsuko is more airy and fresh, a little softer. Diaghilev's a lot heavier. Is Creed Aventus worth the money? It used to be. It used to be. Today it's not. Just get Club de Nuit Prosciutto from Armoff, and you will have your Creed Aventus for $35. That would be this one right here. This is all you need. This is your $35 Creed Aventus that actually smells like you spent $400 on it. Let's see, what else? What up, Michael? Scent of the day, Curve's original, bottle from 2001. I know you hate it. Oh, Curve, yeah. No, I don't hate Curve. I don't hate Curve. Matter of fact, here, let me show you something, Michael. Look at this. I don't hate Curve. Yeah, Roche's good, Dahlia. Give me some of your favorite scents, and I'll tell you which Roja, based off of what you wear, I think that you would love the most. Thoughts on our moth Ventana Marine? I haven't smelled it. I haven't smelled it, David. I've been a little out of the clone loop for about 3-4 months because I've been shopping exclusively niche, independent niche, and vintage. But we'll come back to it. You know, I've got over 500 clone reviews on my channel, so I had to give it a break and move to niche for a while. Jeremy Fragrance said Sauvage EDT is still relevant in 2026. We're still in 2025. Thoughts? You know, Dior Sauvage will never be irrelevant. Ever. It's too good. It has everything that a woman wants her man to smell like in a fragrance. So Dior Sauvage will never get old. EDT, I think, is a bit played out. The EDP and the Parfum are better, and Sauvage Elixir for men over 25 is certainly better. But Dior Sauvage will never get old at all. Versace Eros will never get old. Gucci Guilty Elixir will never get old. None of them. Club de Nuit Intense. Thanks for the recommendation. No, not Club de Nuit Intense, Dawson. Club de Nuit Pre-Show. I'll let you take a screenshot of it. Right there. Club de Nuit Intense is no longer your Creed Aventus go-to. This smells way smoother, not fake, and could probably fool most people into believing you're wearing Absolute Aventus from Creed. I have a Roja. Oh, I have Roja Oud Extraordinaire. Had a sample, just got a bottle. Very nice. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are intimidated in getting into the house of Roja because it's expensive, which it is. You know, they have scents that are $500, $1,000, $1,200. But start with the Roja Parfum Cologne series, because on discounters you can get those fragrances for around somewhere between $120 to $150. These would be fragrances like Danger, right? Danger you can get for $120 to $130 from discounters. So Danger, Enigma, Scandal, Elysium, Vetiver, and I think I'm missing one more. All of those you can get for about $120, $130. The new Bleu de Chanel take was spot on. I'm with you. Thank you. Have you tried Fragrance Du Bois? Yes, I've tried several. I haven't found my fragrance that I think is worth buying from Fragrance Du Bois because they clone a lot. People don't say it, but it's true. A lot of Fragrance Du Bois fragrances are super clones. And so the question is, do I want to pay niche prices for clones? And the answer is no. But they do make great quality scents. The bottles look cool. And one day I will find a Fragrance Du Bois worth talking about. Until then, all the ones I've smelled, though good, are clones, so they're not worth talking about. Probably smelled about 6 or so Fragrance Du Bois. Okay, is that in? Can we test this? Yay, there we go. Nice, okay. Beautiful. Oh, what up, Vinny? What's poppin'? What's poppin', Vinny? Good to see you. Dior Addict, Comme des Garcons, Incense, Avignon, Vetiver Tonka. Okay. Dior Homme, OG, Vintage Chanel. Okay, so you would love the Oud series, but if you want to talk affordable Roja starting points, you know, spending the $130 price point, don't think you can go wrong with Elysium. Don't think you can go wrong with Scandal. Yeah, or Oceania. I think you would be a big fan of Oceania. Scent of the day, Simon & Andrelli Tulum Junglescape. Beautiful. Anytime, Dawson. Anytime. Don't forget, guys, top right or top left, there's like 3 dots here or here. Click the 3 dots and then hit like on the video. As soon as the likes on the video is at least half of the people in here, we won't get any trolls. How strong is off 9 p.m.? Very strong. 4 to 5 feet of projection. 10 plus hours of longevity no matter what kind of skin you have. My collar has disappeared. There we go. What's up? Scent of the day, Hermes Voyage. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good fragrance, David. Is Missoni Wave as good as they say? I'm thinking of blind buying it. Only you can guide me in the right direction. No, Missoni Wave's very good. It's not going to be anything you haven't smelled before, but it is a staple, solid banger. Like, very versatile. It'll never get old wearing it. If you're a fan of jumping into things like Invictus Aqua and Nautica Voyage and stuff, and you like those because they're kind of classic, timeless stuff you can wear, you're not looking to be blown away by a fragrance. You're just looking for a very solid, well-blended, good fragrance that you'll get, decent compliments on. Missoni Wave is one of the best in its category. Not for scent profile, but for smoothness, for appeal, mass appeal, and versatility. I saw your Nautica Voyage for $10 at Ross with your 7.5 rating. I'm blind buying it. Yeah, hey, listen, I carry Nautica Voyage because to me it's a staple of my fragrance journey. I grew up wearing Nautica Voyage as a kid, and any season, any reason, always got me compliments, always felt clean and classy. Girls liked it. It wasn't a star-studded, it wasn't the fragrance I busted out for date night or anything like that, but every day, school, played sports, went to the mall. It was just the fragrance I didn't even have to think about to put on. I'm still in love with La Nuit de l'Homme. You should be. I prefer original L'Homme. That's my first love, is original L'Homme, as you can see. But La Nuit de l'Homme is kind of the modern take on it. It's the newer fragrance, so that's what people talk about. But I still think L'Homme is probably one of the best intimate fragrances a man can wear with a woman. I've never in my life not gotten complimented wearing that fragrance. Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. Thoughts? It used to be amazing. Today, you're better off getting Club de Nuit Pre-Show. It's only about $5, $10 more, but the juice smells way less cloney. I know this could be a huge range, but do you have anything to recommend that's like $50 to $100 that isn't strong but still kind of noticeable? Okay, so mid-range for $50 to $100. Yeah, absolutely. Lalique Lin Sumi, amazing mid-range jumper. This is a Hall of Fame fragrance that I've put in my memoirs. I did an hour-long freestyle talking about how amazing that fragrance is. Lalique Equus, beautiful mid-range amber vetiver grapefruit blast. Mid-range jumper, Acqua di Gio Profondo is a staple, versatile, everyday mid-projecting fragrance. Let me get, got this vintage fragrance up here. You guys want to see my vintage collection I've been putting together? So the shelf that I've been working on as of recent is this one. So this one right here is my vintage, rare, and discontinued shelf. Mostly men's and unisex, but there are some female scents up there. All of this is discontinued and rare. And down here is really cool too because we have vintage splash. So that's a vintage splash right there. Look at my crooked index finger. I could catch a cab with that finger. So there's a splash. I just got that splash in today. So I had to make room for a second vintage shelf, but that's what I've been working on lately. I still got to review all those for the channel. So basically the way this shelf is going to work is top 20 niche, top 20 designer, top 20 clone, top 20 vintage, and then the last one is going to be top 10 or top 20 independent niche. So I'm putting together my top 100 fragrance shelf. And then down here, we've got a bunch of extra vintage sealed down there that we got to work on. And then we still got stuff we got to review that's all over there. But even over here, hold on. What do you guys see? Yeah, so like here, a lot of fragrances I'm going to be giving away on my Mercari, just tons. All the samples, we're giving that one away too. Teriyaki Intense. There's a lot going on. So yeah, I got to put this back. Givenchy Grenergy. You guys ever heard of this one? Very, very vintage. So there's a lot going on over here, boys and girls. I know it's been a while since I've been live, which is crazy to believe, but it's good to see you guys. Again, there's 63 people in here. Hit the 3 dots right here or the 3 dots right here, and once you hit that, it'll pull down a video. Like the video so it takes out all the non-fragrance people. And feel free to ask questions. This is why I'm here. I only go live until there's no more questions. Anything about fragrance. Men's, women's, unisex, clones, dupes, inspired, designer, niche, independent, niche, and vintage. All that good stuff. What changed? I don't know. Where does Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT rank as far as Creed Aventus? Low. Low. Because you got to think, nowadays there are at least 20 valid clone interpretations of Creed Aventus. And so Club de Nuit Intense Man EDT, EDP, and Parfum used to be within the top 10. Now they fall short to things like Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition, Club de Nuit Pre-Show 1, Off Non-Supremacy Not Only Intense, Nitro Black, L'Aventure from Al Haramain. The only Club de Nuit worth considering would be either Limited Edition or Pure Parfum, but Pre-Show beats all those anyway. So the whole Club de Nuit line is virtually useless as far as Aventus is concerned. But Club de Nuit Sillage, Club de Nuit Iconic, Club de Nuit Milestone, Club de Nuit Iconic, all those are still amazing clones worth getting because there aren't things that beat out the Bleu de Chanel clone, the Millesime Imperial clone, the Silver Mountain Water clone, and the Baccarat Rouge clone, Club de Nuit Untold. Pre-Show is so strong and very much worth it. The presentation in the box is so unique too. Thanks, SB. I got it. It's a banger. Yeah, the only thing that pisses me off about Club de Nuit Pre-Show is they put all that money into the packaging and presentation, and because of that, you're left with a 55 ml. It's like, screw the box, screw the case, give me my 100 ml. You know what I'm saying? People are going to go through that 55 ml very quickly. I see 1411. Yes, absolutely, Dahlia. What I love about my 1411 is it's a spray version. It's not a splash. So normally this is a splash, you know, dab it up, right? But I actually got it atomizer on. So it's a little bit more modern. But for those of you guys who don't know what 1411 is it was created hundreds of years ago. It was one of the original fragrances recorded that we know of. And what's beautiful about it is if you want to smell what this profile smells like, you can get into this today for anywhere between $20 to $100, depending on the size. This closely resembles Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. So if you want to smell kind of what, oh geez. If you want to smell what this would have smelled like, feel free to get this bottle. You can get it quite affordably. I won it in an auction. And preferably you get it with the atomizer so it comes off as best as it possibly can, even though it's sold as a splash. But if you want just this kind of vintage profile in a modern rendition, even though I think this is still modernly timeless, you can get Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford. But we've got a bunch of cool splashes. Like, check this out. You know, it's almost a 300 mil, right? It's the size of my head. English Leather, one of the best vetiver fragrances out there as a splash. This is another vintage classic. Even though it says English Leather, there's not much leather in it to speak of. It's more of a pine, green, vetiver, citrus type of fragrance. This one I'm really happy I just got in Royal Musk. It's like a white soft musk with a little bit of powder, a little bit of lavender, maybe even some iris. But it's just like a beautiful, nice, musky splash, very gentlemanly. But I like it because it truly is a discontinued vintage splash in 240 ml. I mean, how cool is that, right? So when people want to come over and try these vintage splashes to see what it smelled like to have a fragrance in the 1800s and early 1900s, now people can come over and have a great time, you know? Royal Bain de Caron. Check this out. This one looks like champagne. And this is a splash. So you take this out, you freaking dab it up. It's like a real ambery, ambery, powdery, sweet fragrance. Very cool. Rest in peace, Giorgio Armani. We just picked this up, super discontinued. Emporio Armani remix. And a lot of these vintages sell for quite a bit online. Like that Armani, probably going to go up in the 200s now, but I mean, that thing even sells for about 100, 150. Okay, let me get back to questions. You said I can catch a cab with that finger. Oh, yeah. What changed that made Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP not great anymore? It's always great. There's just greater. So as Aventus keeps getting cloned, you have other companies who've been around. For instance, with Armaf, they made Club de Nuit EDT, EDP, P, Pure Parfum, limited edition Parfum, and now Club de Nuit Pre-Show 1. So the latest Armaf Club de Nuit rendition, which is Pre-Show, is going to be the best because every time they release a Club de Nuit Creed Aventus interpretation, it has to be better or their whole reputation for Aventus is thrown away. So again, any of the old Club de Nuit Intense Mans are great, but Pre-Show is greater. There's always a sense of cloneness when you try Club de Nuit until you get to Pre-Show. When you get to Pre-Show, I could legitimately put Absolute Aventus on one hand and Pre-Show on another, and after the dry down, you really won't tell the difference. Club de Nuit Intense Man, EDT, EDP, and Parfum always still smell a little bit not quite Aventus. Best Valentino Born in Roma. That one. Valentino Uomo Born in Roma. The pink one. Thoughts on Armaf Odyssey Bahamas. Haven't tried it yet, Jeff. You know I've been out of the clone loop for about 2-3 months. How do you rate Dumont Nitro Red? Great smelling fragrance. Not my preferred watermelon. My preferred watermelon is Milestone. Talk about a fragrance that smells better than Millesime Imperial from Creed, Club de Nuit Milestone. As you guys know, Creed continues to reformulate, charge. They continue to simplify their bottle presentation, max out their price on the juice. So now you're spending more and getting less. Whereas this actually smells like the earlier formulations of Millesime Imperial, and it's actually amazing stuff, lasts all day. This beats Nitro Red. Even though Nitro Red is technically not a Millesime Imperial clone, it's more of a candied watermelon-y experience. It's still a great fragrance. Way more playful, though, than this. This is still playful, but this is like you're going on a yacht, anything near water. You're on a beach, you're at a pool party, you're at a hotel, or you're on a yacht, Millesime Imperial. And it's watermelon-based. So watermelon, vetiver, amber. It's what I love about it is it's not just a watermelon fragrance. You know, you think watermelon, you think Bath and Body Works, playful, girly. No, this is like perfectly unisex, watermelon, ambery, wine reduction-y. It's got more class under it. It's not just, hey, this is a watermelon fragrance. You might not even catch that it's a watermelon fragrance until I told you, and then it's like, oh, well, obviously. But I like it just because this is more of a fragrance, not just watermelon spray. And sometimes Nitro Red kind of feels like watermelon spray. But Nitro Red, I give it somewhere between a 7 and an 8 out of 10. I smelled that Hawas Black and thought that was better than Club Nidui Intense Man. Well, you know, Hawas Black has more oak moss. So older men tend to like Hawas Black because of the oak moss, which is why a lot of older men prefer Nishane's Hasavat over Aventus, Absolute, or Cologne. So that tends to gravitate towards the gentlemen that are 30 and up. Welcome to all the new names in the chat. Yeah, Kicks, what up? Yeah, sorry guys, it's been about a week and a half or two since I've been live. I apologize. I had a lot of family stuff to tend to. I used to really like Gucci Guilty Black, but I'm over it. I got a headache just thinking about it. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for your insight. But if collector's edition and pre-show aren't giving me the smoke I'm looking for, where do I go? I mean, pre-show is very smoky. In fact, when you look across the landscape of all the main Aventus renditions, the Club de Nuits, the Al Harmains, the Nitro Blacks, the Hawas Blacks, the Armoff, Afnan Supremacy, Not Only Intense for Men, none of them are really smoky. I think pre-show might be the smokiest rendition of Aventus out there. So if you didn't think pre-show was smoky, you might as well just get Absolute Aventus and call it a day, because I don't think anything's more or equally as smoky as pre-show. Unfortunately, smoke is not a quality of Aventus that a lot of people are trying to carry into their rendition because it doesn't sell. Kids 30 and down are not going to wear Aventus if it's smoky. They don't like that. They like the Versace Eros Energy, pineapple sweet and tart and woodiness, but they don't prefer the smoke. The smoke and the oak moss is what old farts like me like, you know, guys that are north of 30 years old. So even something like Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition and Hawas Black and Off Non-Supremacy Not Only Intense for Men, even though those are absolute bangers of fragrances, kids don't buy them. Kids buy, and by kids I mean 30 down, kids buy Club de Nuit Limited Edition, Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette Parfum, Al Hermain L'Aventure, you know, those more Versace Eros Energy type of Aventuses. A Creed Aventus style sits on a spectrum from juvenile to old man. So Versace Eros Energy is the most kid-like pineapple, right? It's the most youthful. Then you have Creed Aventus Cologne and Absolute Aventus, which are kind of middle of the road. You can wear them as a young guy and feel a little bit more grown, but as an older man, you could wear it and feel perfectly your age. But once you start to move into Nishane Hasavat, that's the pineapple Aventus style with a lot more earthiness, a lot more balls. So all the clones typically sit right in between Versace Eros Energy and Aventus Cologne because they don't really want the smoke in the oak moss. Young people don't like earthiness and smoke. So if you're somebody who favors those elements, you probably should just save up your coin and just get the actual Creed Aventus Absolute. If Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition, which is closest to Hasavat, isn't your tea, or pre-show is not your tea, which is closest to Absolute Aventus. And I'm going to make a whole breakdown video of this. You know, we're going to do the best power ranked clones of Creed Aventus from top to bottom, top 20 power ranking video. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to do. So I need about another month to get that out. Do you know any niche scents like Creed Aventus but with zero pineapple and no birch smoke? No, because that is what Aventus is. If you don't have pineapple and you don't have birch, you don't have Aventus. Armoff, Sillage, and Iconic. What's your opinion? Sillage smells more like Silver Mountain water today than actual Silver Mountain water, even though I prefer this fragrance right here, which is Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven. I think that's the closest rendition to Silver Mountain water. In fact, it's better to me. But Club de Nuit Iconic, or Club de Nuit Sillage is still amazing. Club de Nuit Iconic is a beautiful, more longer lasting version of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, and I highly recommend it, even though I have Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Iconic is completely sufficient. They are 1-to-1 in my opinion, and I would put them both in front of the camera for you, but it's absolutely not necessary. I used to spray them both on camera so you guys would know that I have them both, and so I'm not just like capping, but I don't spray them anymore because otherwise I'd be spraying them every night with how many people, ask me about it. But if you want Bleu de Chanel truly with more performance, this is a beautiful option for 20 to 30 bucks. Okay, and by the way, Peugeot 1 is great. Yeah, I agree. Peugeot is one of those fragrances where you will wear it a lot. Like if you want one fragrance where you don't even have to think, every time you put it on, you're going to get compliments more often than not. You could wear it anywhere, any season, and feel like you bought a very expensive fragrance even though you didn't. Peugeot is that fragrance. You will wear Peugeot more than about 95% of the fragrances in your collection, including your authentic stuff. Do you like the juniper berries as a fragrance note? No, not really. Even though juniper is a heavy feature in this fragrance that I wear all the time. I'm almost at half a bottle of Desert Rain. So yes, for all those who are regulars here, Desert Rain will be in a memoir probably 2-3 months from now. I'm still doing my due diligence with it, but juniper is highly featured in that. Juniper is not a note that I gravitate towards as a must-have, even though I think juniper and juniper berry is still really nice. Mindset, what up? King Uriah, what up? LV Imagination Clone, what would you recommend? Of course, I'm going to get that question when I go live. Not Aqua Dubai, not Game of Spades Full House, but Ard Al Zafran Sahib Intense. If you want the closest rendition of Louis Vuitton Imagination I can find, and here's yet again another fragrance where I have Louis Vuitton Imagination. Shout outs to Estevan for giving me a travel spray of it. I put LV Imagination here and put Sahib Intense here, and I have I've tried Aqua Dubai, I have Aqua Dubai, I have Game of Spades Full House, and this beats both of them every single time in terms of accuracy. Aqua Dubai is a great fragrance. Don't cry on the mic to me, guys. Game of Spades Full House is a great fragrance, but if you ask me what is Louis Vuitton Imagination to a T with the performance and the not cloniness smell to it, Ard Al Zafran Sahib Intense. Who would have thought the most Middle Eastern looking bottle presentation would be the most accurate Louis Vuitton Imagination smell? It is 30-35 bucks. I think it's about a 65-70 ml. You can wear this literally every single day. That classic ginger tea fruit splash, that the women love, they'll just love you for it. It'll be a staple in your collection. You'll wear that fragrance just as much as you wear Creed Aventus, if not more, because of the more serious tonality of Creed. Okay, the people who spent multiple hundreds of dollars on perfume, it's surely not a basic hygienic essential. It rarely is. Basic hygienic essentials is soap. Sedley or Torino 21? I'm a Sedley guy, but I know a lot of people who are Torino 21 guys. I'm a Sedley guy. I just got in. What was the gold bottle? The gold bottle was Club de Nuit Milestone, Millésime Imperial. Opinion on Fan Your Flames. Beautiful fragrance. Ani is better. So, bold thing like Sauvage or Le Male Elixir is really not for me since I got a headache sniffing it. Do you have a clean alternative like Imagination? You can recommend me Niche even. Well, that Ard Al Zafran Sahib Intense is Imagination to a T. Imagination to a T. But if you want something designer that I think is super, like 10 out of 10 right now, easily Gucci Guilty Elixir. This to me, for all those people who are hype about the new Drake release, Summer Mink, this is that profile done way more mature, just sexy galore. To me, and I'll do a memoir on Gucci Guilty Elixir at some point, but to me, Gucci Guilty Elixir is basically a beautiful baton pass from Eros, meaning Eros is a timeless classic scent that is versatile because it's fresh enough to be worn every single day and women love it. But it's sweet enough to let it bleed into date night. It's multi-utility. But if you're somebody who's like, you know, I love Versace Eros, but I've worn it so much, I've gone through all of it, I just want something a little bit different and newer, Gucci Guilty Elixir is like a beautiful baton pass. You smell this and you go, oh, it's kind of like Eros, but it's like Eros's hot cousin. It's newer, it's fresh, it's got the same qualities of being a classy man scent, but also being that sweet, seductive, vanilla, musky type of experience, but it's not too vanillic. It's so perfectly balanced. This gave me a fresh new hope in designer fragrances. Feeling like I have tried every designer fragrance, Gucci Guilty Elixir reminded me that you still need to go into Sephora and Ulta Beauty from time to time to see the new releases, because things like this come out, which is a masterpiece. So I would try that if I were you. If you want some like soft versatiles, if you want to go in the category of niche, Mancera Vetiver Sensual. Nothing new here on the channel. I would start there, bro. Another banger, Kajal 3. This is Bulgari Tigar, but better, fuller, richer, more than just fruits and citrus. Lasts all day. Beautiful scent. Yeah, man. If you want to go more affordable, throw on some Lalique Equus and tell them I sent you. Okay, so thoughts on Cayenne Classic. 10 out of 10 to me, clone of Dior Homme Intense. And I have it. It's right there. Beautiful Dior Homme Intense. Beautiful. Best Terre de Hermes clone. Either Rasasi Phaton, which you can get for $20 on Amazon. That's a beautiful Terre de Hermes EDT clone that has moderate performance, you know, like 4 or 5 hours. But more importantly, the scent profile is spot on. I was sent recently this rendition, which smells more like Terre de Hermes Parfum. This is from the Marquis collection from, I think, Armaf. This ain't bad, but I've realized that with Terre de Hermes, the eau de toilette is the best. It pops the most, it's the brightest, it's the juiciest. Even though you get more robust with this, it's more classy, more grown manish, a little less loud. And I like my juicy, orange, riney, grapefruity vetiver to be like a burst of citrus. So even though this is good, might wear this in the afternoon, I still think Rasasi Phaton is the best, most authentic smelling Terre de Hermes. But great, thankfully you can get that for $20 on Amazon, 100 ml. And Rasasi has been around for like 100 years. Best Powder Freshie clones for the older guys. Mellow, there's one that you have to get, and that's this. This is a clone of Initio Parfums Musk Therapy. The heaviest dose of musk ever with white florals. Classy, sexy, his and her unisex fragrance. It's not too sweet. You keep your balls in your pants while owning this, but women absolutely just melt over this. French Avenue Glorious Oud Royal Blanc Extrait. Truly extrait. Lasts forever. I have Initio Parfums Musk Therapy. It's 1-to-1 to me. And it's just, my wife, I have to wear this at least once a week just for my wife, because she can't get enough of this one. She absolutely loves it. Any recommendation for Bond number 9? Man in his 20s. Absolutely. Lafayette Street seems to be... Lafayette Street seems to be an easy choice as an entry for your Bond number 9 choices. There's so many great Bond number 9s. But I think Lafayette is going to be your easiest, like, yes, that's amazing. What's cracking, SB? What up, Ricky? Scent of the day, Aventus Cologne. There we go. I have Jean-Paul Gaultier, Elixir, Dior Sauvage EDP, Side Effect, YSL Myself, Le Parfum, Valentino Born Aroma EDP, Tom Ford Ombre Nomad, LV Imagination. What's the next buy? Sweet, fresh, spicy, super sweet, fresh, sweet, old man, fresh citric. Oceania from Roja Parfums. 2 styles for Absolute Aventus. Oh, 2 bottle styles for Absolute Aventus. Yeah, I mean, Off-Non Supremacy Collector's Edition and Club de Nuit per show. Joel, I have New York Nights and New Harlem. Beautiful fragrances, Joey. What? Marj Al-Uttar. Sorry, buddy. I'm not the guy to ask for that. How do you feel about black pepper and fragrance? I'm very sketchy about it. I like Szechuan pepper, white pepper, pink pepper, all that stuff. When it comes to black pepper, typically you have to go more old school vintage with black pepper because they treated it better. They spent more time with the fragrance, really making sure it's not too much. Black pepper in today's fragrances a lot of times either aren't really in the fragrance or they've completely overdone it. You got to have a very soft hand with black pepper. But when it's done right, beautiful. Can you think of an Aventus alternative where the freshness comes from coconut instead of pineapple? Yeah. Day 3 fragrances Bani, B-A-N-I. SB, any good recommendations from Bond number 9 for a man in his 20s? Already gave one to you. What's your favorite freshie? Ooh, right now, freshies that are just doing so good. Lalique White. Ooh, new one. New frag alert. Flanker to my favorite Lin Sumi. Lalique Lin Sumi Maforce. Any of you nerds out there who love Brioni Eclat, you know, a vodka on the rocks from By Killian, that icy cold lemonade, even the Dior Cologne or the Dior Sport, you like that icy, watery lemonade vibe. This isn't quite lemonade, but it is. It's more yuzu lemony style. Ice water, sweet, citric, sharp, not synthetic. This is a designer fragrance. Smooth like yuzu lemon ice water. Boom. This thing jumps out the gym. Oh my gosh, for a freshie, yo, what are we doing here? Bond number 9, we already talked about that. What are your thoughts about Blonde Amber? It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan. It's a good fragrance. Doesn't excite me. Doesn't tickle. Well, I'm not going to say that. What are your thoughts about Arab fragrances? Some are good, some are trash. How do you organize your colognes? Niche, an independent niche, designer, clones, vintage, vintage splash. Absolutely. Opinions on By Killian's Black Phantom. It's awesome. I have it. I wouldn't recommend this for everybody because it's very mysterious. Sweet, dark, mysterious. Almost feels leathery. I don't think leather's in there, though. It might be. I think By Killian Straight to Heaven is a safer, sexy grab. But Black Phantom is sexy. There's something. It's exactly what the name is. You know what I'm saying? It's sexy, dark, mysterious, oddly sweet. Do you think Paco Rabanne's Phantom EDP is good? If you're 25 and down, I think you have to have a Phantom fragrance. What up, Gems? Yeah, listen, Gems, we do this, right? By the way, Gems, you got to hit me. I know you're busy. You got to hit me soon, man. Get you on this pod. Hey, listen, if you want a soft entry, Gems, I'll look out for you. We make sure the seatbelt's buckled. We'll put you in on a panel. You want to do one of these Sunday afternoon panels? We can get me, Kicks, throw a fourth in there. You know, maybe pick up Gator. You want to rock out on a topic that's less about you, more like public public survey of some stuff. I got some dope concepts. You want to jump in on the panel so it's not just all you to, you know, as a soft little icebreaker, we can get that going. Supers Morocco. Listen, Supers is an incredible house. They make phenomenal high quality juice for around the $100 to $200 price point. However, they are a clone house completely. Just got Supremacy Incense, and I don't know if it's for me. Yeah, when you play with incense and leathers and stuff like that, you got to be very careful with clones. Their raw materials when it comes to leather, smoke, incense, pepper is real sparse. Shiaka Red Reflection Man, are they similar? No. Honestly, Shiaka Red is phenomenal, Johnny. Shiaka Red is phenomenal. Hey, bro, how are you? Hey, what up, Ben Scented? What's good? What cologne should I get next? I have Polo 67 and Aqua di Gio Profondo. You need to get some sweetness in your life, bro. If you're, it sounds like you're dancing in the designer realm. So get in the sweet thing, man. You know, Armani Stronger with You Intensely, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, Sweet Sexy. What are we doing here? You know, Dior Homme Parfum 2025. You know, get some sweetness in your life, bro. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Hey, listen, I did. Yeah, will you be in Dubai for Beauty World? You pay for the ticket, I'll go. Mephisto or Mephisto Gentiluomo? Gentiluomo is better, but not by much. I have original OG. Gentiluomo, you can get them both for around the same price. If you don't have what you feel is the best blue fragrance ever, you must have at least Gentiluomo or original OG Mephisto. If you don't own any version of Mephisto in your collection, you do not currently have the best blue. Okay? Yes, we have Blue Talisman. Yes, we have Blue Chanel. We got a lot of blues. But if you don't own Mephisto, which on the low ski, you can get on Joma almost every other week, Gentiluomo or OG for like 120 bucks, 115 for 100 mil. You really need to evaluate your goals in life. Do you like Ani? I absolutely love Ani. I think it's at least top 15 best niche vanillas. Have you ever tried No, I haven't. I haven't, Sarth. As far as powdery, have you smelled Amor Oud by Okcha Clone? No, I haven't tried anything from the Okcha house yet. Thoughts on Molecule 1? Meh. What up, Bo? You want Molecule 1, but you still want a fragrance? Just get something like CK Everyone. Have you ever tried Off and On 9 p.m.? Of course. Good 25 and down, sweet, ultra mild remix, 10 plus hours. It's good. What do you think about Marwa the Imagination Clone? Haven't tried it. But honestly, today, if you're not talking about Aqua Dubai, Game of Spades Full House, or Ard Al Zafran Sahib Intense, I really don't think anything outside of that can compete with any of those three. Shout outs to everybody in the chat, by the way. I would say what's up to all of you, but there's 65 to 110 people in here, so it's hard to keep up. Do you have a favorite clone? No. These are my favorites as of right now. But we have hundreds of them. Scent of the day, Gucci Noble. Beautiful. What was my scent of the day today? Oh, today's scent of the day was Boss Bottled the Scent Magnetic. Whew! That Buttnilla. Do you like Side Effect? I like it as a smell. I don't like it on me. I prefer Absolute Aphrodisiac. For me. I think Absolute Aphrodisiac is the best sexy fragrance in the house. Blessed Barack is good. Side Effect's good. What's the other one? Psychedelic Love is good. But to me, Absolute Aphrodisiac is the biggest mass appealing fragrance. Vanilla, castoreum, leather. This is just... Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Vanilla done right. Oh my gosh. Best starter cologne. For the price, Nautic Voyage. For the price, Nautical Voyage. Missoni Wave, something like that. Any thoughts on Aaron's Terrence Hughes? I'm not super steeped in ATH yet, but I love Unicorn and I love Hard Candy. Never heard of the term vintage colognes. What are those, brother? Rare, discontinued, or vintage. Vintage is a made-up, subjective term. To me, vintage would be anything before 2000. I made the term up. It's what I say goes. Anything before 2000 to me is vintage. That means it's been out for over 26 years. Maybe your vintage is 1900s. I have all of it. You know, I have stuff that was made in the 1800s, stuff that was made in the 1900s. So that shelf on the bottom is stuff that's rare and hard to find, all discontinued, so you can't buy it unless you get it off eBay or auction or somebody, or it's actually truly vintage and discontinued. Hi, first time on your channel. Can we have your top 5 clones? I can give you some great clones. I wouldn't say these are my top 5 because I own hundreds, but to me, like, just gotta have, like, let's just look at this, right? I'm still organizing. So let's look, right? So to me, you gotta have Acqua di Gio Profumo Best Clone, which is Latafa Sacrat. Snap a picture of that. The best rendition of Profumo I've smelled. You gotta have the best Ganymede clone. You gotta have the best African leather clone. This one right here, Kaaf, Kaaf, goes super dumb. I forget what that's cloning. Best Musk Therapy clone from Initio Parfums, stupid. Best Elysium clone, stupid. Best Silver Mountain Water clone, stupid. Best Millesime Imperial clone, stupid. Best LV Imagination, stupid. Best Absolute Aventus, stupid. Ignore that, not necessary. Best Dior Homme Parfum rendition, Gary's Den, stupid. Best Dior Homme Intense, stupid. Best Jean-Paul Gaultier Paradise Garden or Coral Fantasy, Paradise Garden, I think. Stupid. Best Black Orchid in the back there, Zara Man, Z-A-R-A, stupid. Hands down, best Lamal Elixir, Latafa Kingdom, stupid. Best Angel Share, Fire Your Desire from Amir, stupid. Best Carlisle, stupid. Best hybrid between Spice Bomb Infrared and Spice Bomb Extreme, stupid. To me, it's like, if any of those spoke to you, get them. Because I have, you know, I have a lot, right? Like, we've got buttloads of fragrances. We got buttloads of stuff we haven't even opened yet down there. But any of those, if any of those spoke to you, just get them. Because those, I don't put boo-boo on my shelf. My birthday's coming up. I have Sauvage, Bal de Freak, Lafayette Sheet, Supreme Ideal. Your recommendation. What should I pick up? I'm 43, building manager, married, kids, etc. Shout outs to Vinny. So what's the occasion? Your birthday. So you want to pick up, so you have Lafayette, green, outdoorsy fun. Bal de Freak is pretty much in a similar vein as Lafayette, just fresher, Sprite, 7-Up-y type vibe. Sauvage, spicy, sweet. So you've got sweet, you've got citrus, cherry almond champagne with Supreme L'Homme Extreme. Yeah, okay, so if you actually, here's the thing, Vinny. If you actually own real Dior Sauvage, real Bal de Freak, and real Lafayette Street, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I want to challenge you to step up your game, right? So either you're gonna get Mancera's Vetiver Sensual, and this is going to be somewhere between $70 to $100, for 120 ml jumbo bottle, or you're going to get Day 3's Desert Rain, or you're going to get Roja Parfums Cologne Vetiver. So it looks like this, only it's all green and it says Vetiver on it. So now you can get Desert Rain for somewhere around 150 for a 50 ml. Roja's Vetiver, lowest price, you're going to get it for about 130 for 100 ml. Vetiver Parfum Cologne looks just like this, but a green bottle. Or Mancera's Vetiver Sensuelle, which you're going to get 120 ml of juice for somewhere between 70 to 100 bucks. Any one of those three, step up and get yourself a niche fragrance. Because you're going to wear it all the time, right? You're going to want that fragrance you can wear all the time. Which Etat Libre d'Orange would you suggest as the best blind buy? Oh my gosh, it's hard to blind buy Libre d'Orange. Probably you or someone like you. But that entire house is tough. And Fat Electrician is not blind buy worthy. And I'm a vetiver lover. You or someone like you is probably the closest mass appeal you can just blindly go into. Honestly, to me, don't buy any Etat Libre d'Orange. Here's a better idea. So you can try dang near every fragrance from Etat Libre d'Orange. Come on. This is, I think, 20 or 25 or $30 for this discovery set. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. For 25, 30 bucks, you can try 20 fragrances from the entire line. There's about a 2 to 3 ml in each of them. So you could wear each of these for a day or two a piece, find your favorite one, and in the end, know that what you're buying is amazing. This house is not blind buy worthy. You must not blind buy any fragrance from this house. Spend the 25 to 30 bucks to be able to wear these fragrances. You're going to have a great time because you have 20 different vibes, and see which one really speaks to you, and then spin the block and pay the little $70. I think that's the lowest you can get a Etat Libre d'Orange fragrance, 70 to 100 bucks. But then you know what you're getting is absolute fire, because all their fragrances for the most part are challenging. What else y'all got for me, man? Y'all making me work on my day back. My go-to is YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. Any recommendations on something in the same vein, but a niche fragrance like from Amouage? Don't play with Amouage, John. You're not ready for it. Amouage you can't play with. You got to go into a Neiman Marcus and try all the Amouages, because it's a beautiful house, but everything is very challenging, very specific, very complex. You can't just slide into Amouage. That wouldn't be a good transition from La Nuit de l'Homme. But if you like something in the La Nuit de l'Homme category and you want to get into something with a similar energy, this is a beautiful one. Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique. If you can find the X Straight version, which is a darker bottle, that's amazing. But even the original OG is amazing. That would be a great composition to get into if you like La Nuit de l'Homme. Those are too expensive. Oceania from Roja would be a great another start for you. Sexy Seductive. Bulgari Man in Black would be another one for you to get into easily. Yeah. Carlisle from Parfums de Marly. Yeah, Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio Parfums. Try any of those, John. You'll love them. Do you have any clones of Elysium by Roja? Yes. This is called FOMO Fragheads Asylum. I apologize. It used to sell for $20. Now everybody's so in love with it that it is always sold out. And now they have raised the price to about $40 to $50. But this is the best Elysium clone you're going to find. This does not smell like a clone. It smells exactly like Elysium. The quality is there. The performance is there. The bottle looks amazing. You get 100 ml. Seal it. Call it a day. There are a lot of Elysium clones. All the Trillium variants and all that. They smell good, but it's like water. You put them on, they last you an hour, and then they're done. That one, you can wear it and call it a day. I want to get into sweet fragrances, but I don't want to smell like a strawberry cheesecake. Something sweet, not too sweet. Any recommendations? Designer specifically. Easy answer. Easy answer. Any of these will do you so well. And from left to right, most versatile, very versatile, somewhat versatile. Gucci Guilty Elixir, Versace Eros EDT, and Boss Bottled The Scent Magnetic. These are in the background vanillas with a lot of classy, manly freshness that is timeless and ageless. Beautiful, beautiful, and beautiful. I think this one leans the closest towards fall, winter / date night. This is super versatile, but can lean into date night. This is super versatile, but can lean into date night, but is the most versatile. Any of these three would be a beautiful, sweet upgrade that doesn't bomb you in sweetness. What's the scent of the day? My scent of the day was Boss Bottled The Scent Magnetic. Thank you, Kabir. Appreciate you, brother. You have found your people. This is always your home. Off Non-Supremacy Not Only Intense review. Yeah, I can review it for you. I don't think it's worth... I don't think it's the best Aventus rendition in today's marketplace. I think Per Show and Collector's Edition outclass it, but I never cared to do the review of L'Aventure from Al Haramain or Off Non-Supremacy Not Only Intense because I had so many Aventus reviews out there already. And Off Non-Supremacy Not Only Intense is a great fragrance, but in 2025, it is nowhere near the best Aventus rendition. So I just don't... People aren't asking about it. I recently bought... way too expensive. Could you recommend anything similar without breaking the bank? It's a benzoin olibanum forward scent. Oh, Brian, do me a favor, just because I don't want to slow down the flow of chat. Copy the name of that fragrance and paste it into the comment section after this live is over, because you can rewatch back my lives. By the way, hashtag watchback gang to all my people who literally consume my lives the day after and the week after constantly. I'm constantly getting comments on my lives weeks later from people that are catching back up on it. So shout outs to you guys for doing that. But copy paste that question, Brian, of the name of the fragrance you want a reference to, or just copy paste that question, and I'll be happy to answer it by the morning with a couple of different options for you. Thoughts on Azzaro Most Wanted by Night? Wanted by Night is beautiful. The Most Wanted is beautiful. The Most Wanted Parfum, Wanted by Night, Eau de Parfum are the two best in my opinion. 1800s, yes, Joel. Absolutely. I mean, shoot, this fragrance right here, this 1411 was established. Let me look this up, just so you guys can see I'm not capping. Let's see when just 1411 came out. What is it? Oh, 4711. Look at that. 1411 Eau de Cologne, citrus aromatic fragrance for women and men. Original Eau de Cologne was launched when? Launched when? Right there, buddy. Proof is in the pudding. People think I cap when I rap, man. I never told a lie. I never told a lie to you guys. Thoughts on Ombre Nui? It's been a minute since I put my nose on Ombre Nui, but it is great. I think I'm getting an Ultramal next. Okay. By the way, SB, Ahmed Al Maghribi Cough Noir just came out. It's on my future buy list. Wait, is this Al Maghribi Cough? You're saying this is that, Joel? I didn't know it was new. I thought it's been out. This is incredible juice. If you like Invictus Aqua or anything like that, this beats it all. It's smoother, it's better. It doesn't take over that bubblegumness. All that bubblegum is gone. There might be like a little 3% of it in there. This is just straight fresh man musk juice. I mean, it's so good. Any Guerlain vetiver based scent, but with tropical mango in the heart. Mango vetivers? Mango vetivers. No. Not with mango, JML. Any update on the giveaway? Yes, I'm preparing the packages now. How do I say this? I'm preparing the game that you guys are going to have to play to win. Have you smelled Cure Infra Rouge by Maison Crivelli yet? No, I have not. I have Diorum Intense, Diorum Parfum 2025, Awatanya. Do I need Gary's Den? Yes. Unfortunately, you do, because here's the thing. If you have Diorum Intense, that to me, this is my opinion, it feels very date night. Like I have to wear it in cold weather, intimate cold weather, or date night, late night. I don't feel like you can wear Diorum Intense. It's too powdery, it's too dense, it's too heavy where I live. You can't just wear it as daytime wear. It feels like you're doing too much. It's like wearing a suit in a library. It just doesn't make any sense. Diorum Parfum is that same nuts and bolts profile, way more fresher, way more airy. So it's more of an ashy violet leaf iris profile, right? It's more ashy and airy. And because of that, it's more versatile. Still give you that sweetness, that intimacy, but because it's got a breath of fresh air ran through it. So yes, you do need Gary's Den. No questions asked. Gary's Den is incredible. 10 hours plus. You get the longevity. It doesn't smell like a clone. Again, you'll notice a profile difference between Awatanya and Gary's Den, because you will notice a difference between Diorum Parfum 2025 and Diorum Intense, the latest release. So in the same way, you'll definitely smell a difference between their clones. Hey, there's no hate on Kamarikawa. There is no hate on Kamarikawa, but he asked me what are the best clones. Kamarikawa is not anywhere near one of the best clones. It is an amazing fragrance. It's not elite. I got Creed Aventus Spice Bomb Extreme Angel Share. I need a summer one. Get Kajal 3. Get you some Bulgari Tiger in your life. Do that and show and tell the discontinued vintage. We will. You tried the new Gucci Guilty Absolute de Parfum. I have. Yeah, I agree with you. I actually just tried that recently. I was in the designer store. I did try it. I wasn't blown away, but I did like the smell. I just started my fragrance journey with your recommendation of Lattafa the Kingdom, which I loved. Well, good, Cash. Thank you for letting me and other people know in here that when I tell people to buy stuff, it's usually not bad. Then a fragrance creator recommended Al Harmain Gold Edition, and it was like a women's hairspray. Any recommendations? Cash, what are you into? What would you like to get next, style-wise? You know, occasion, any particular notes, and then we'll go from there. Ricky says, do you have any info on it? Oh, wasn't a question to me. Thank you, Joel, for your moderation. Doesn't sound appealing to buy 30 challenging samples. Well, you got to understand, Will, he asked, what fragrance should I blind buy from a Tatlieb d'Orange? And I said, well, what's better than dropping $100 on a bottle, blind buy style with that house, is to spend 1/4 of that money to just be able to try the whole house. I mean, you would, listen, man, I don't know what the intimidation is with challenging fragrances. You guys would buy an Amouage sample pack any day of the week, right? Straight up and down. So, you know, challenging is not intimidating. It's just A lot of people drive through fragrances doing 75 miles an hour. They just buy. Oh, new. Some houses make certain juices where you got to freaking slow down. You got to do 10. You got to put your seat back. You got to ride through the school zone. That's how it is. So if you ain't willing to do that, to find stuff that's really unique and interesting that nobody has, keep driving through all those clones and all those quick blind buys. You know, do your thing. Any recommendations for a 42-year-old man? For reference, I like Bleu de Chanel and effing fabulous. Yeah, absolutely. So Bleu de Chanel, fresh, classy, effing fabulous, sweet suede. Yeah, I honestly think you'd really enjoy Desert Rain. Desert Rain from Day 3 Fragrances. It's going to be different than Bleu de Chanel, and it's going to be different than Effing Fabulous. Effing Fabulous is really like a clubbing, nightlife, fall, winter, you know, that sweet irisy suede. It's very, feels like a club fragrance for older men. But it's still classy, and I love the smell. But it's that sweet and leathery suede. You know, Bleu de Chanel is just that classy, man. This is somewhere right in the middle of both of those. Day 3 Fragrances, Desert Rain, I would highly encourage you to jump into. 42-year-old man. Shoot, even Day 3 Fragrances, Trace Oros. I mean, you want to get the most compliments. It's heavy, though. For a 42-year-old man, this is that romance and seduction. Oh my gosh. Somebody please clip that, by the way. Thank the Lord. That sounded like something broke. But thank God it wasn't this. Somebody asked me a while back, they said, if your house burned on fire, what fragrance would you hope didn't get burned up? It would be that one. Okay, English Leather is good. My Ungaro is good. My Police is good. Remix is good. Okay, thank God. Thank the Lord. Woo! Okay, nothing was injured. That just sounded crazy, but it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, try that, Iris. Try Day 3. I think Trace Oros is like exclusively date night. Desert Rain is Swiss Army anything. I think you would really enjoy that. I think you would really enjoy that. Any thoughts on Memo Tiger's Nest? I don't like any Memo fragrance other than African leather. Have you smelled the new YSL myself? Absolutely. I really like the cool ginger thing going on there. Fizzy drink. Just don't think it's worth the price. I agree 100% with you, John. I agree exactly with that sentiment. What's the difference between Cayenne Classic and FOMO's Gary's Den? Cayenne Classic is a clone of Dior Homme Intense. Powdery, the powdery, creamy, iris, violet leaf, smooth milkiness. Gary's Den is a clone of Dior Homme Parfum, which is a more ashy, airy, fresher take on the iris profile. Still that lipstick, makeup-y, purple lipstick type of feel, but one's thick and dense and date night, one's more airy, still date night, but more daytime. Mesa Margiela, When the Rain Stops, is an art in a bottle. Have you tried it? No, I haven't tried When the Rain Stops. Oh yeah, I've tried this. So you said When the Rain Stops is art in a bottle, so now I gotta call your bluff. Let's see if he's capping, chat. I already reviewed all these. I already reviewed When the Rain Stops, but I want to smell it again because you said that. Here we go. When the Rain Stops, people. He said this is art in a bottle. That's saying a lot for Mason Margiela. It's just a dryer sheet, man. You know? I want this smell to be in my laundry when it comes out. I want my towels and my socks to smell like this. I love my Elysium. Might double up soon. Yeah, I mean, why not, bro? Do you like myself Le Parfum? It's cool, but there's other YSLs that I like. La Nuit de L'Homme, Tuxedo, Baby Cat, YSL Bro, slide to everyday fragrances for summer. Oh, 2 everyday fragrances for summer and 2 for winter. Okay, so for summer, Eros, any of these. Eros, EDT, Gucci Guilty Elixir, Bleu de Chanel, Acqua di Gio Profondo, Linsumi Maforce, Lalique White, winter everyday wears, Lalique White and Black, Halloween Man Shot, Mont Blanc Presents. Yeah, I like that. I like that list. What's your favorite blue fragrance? Casa Marati, Jerzof's, Mephisto, or Mephisto Gentiluomo? I have Initio, Paragon, and Mystic Experience coming in. Any thoughts? They're good. They're good. Yeah, I have rarely caught a live. I usually watch days later. There you go, Bo. Hashtag rewatch, or what is it, Watchback Gang? Any perfume suggestion that has an original ambergris in it? Well, you know, to get real ambergris in 2025, you kind of have to go with discontinued fragrances, you know? So, and you got to be careful when you go with discontinued, you know, ambergris, because it might have a little bit of age, a little spank on it, you know what I'm saying? So, I have none that I recommend. I have a lot of fragrances with ambergris in it that are in my vintage, but I don't know if I'd blind recommend them to you yet. Do you know why Baccarat 540 X Straight doesn't last at all? Maybe because you have a fake. I just picked up a banger, Mont Blanc Individuel. Yeah, it's a good one. Thank you, Nerd Beater, for your recommendations to bro. What are good fall winter? I gotta get off here soon, man. Y'all are getting your money's worth. What are good fall winter fragrances like? What are good fall winter fragrances like? What do I look for? Well, it depends on where you live. You know, you imagine fall winter is going to be more colder, sometimes more airy, crisp cold, sometimes more just blazing cold. And then you got to think of time of the day. So you want fragrances that hold up to those elements. Like if wind brushes by you or it's super cold and airy, can your fragrance actually hold up? So typically things that are more sweeter and more extradey tend to be what you want towards fall winter. You can also get away with more sweeter fragrances because the air is going to aerate and break them down, but they still hold up. So, you know, fall winter scents that are just, so you're typically going to want like something fall winter that is kind of more of your holiday sweeter scents, but that's fresh. And then you're going to want ones that are thick and heavy and seductive, date nighty, nightlifey, fireplace type of stuff. So, but you can also go into your like heavier woods and your smoke, you know, and stuff like that. So, like to me, like a fall winter freshie would be like Lalique White and Black. It smells exactly like Leighton, but fresher, you know. So it's still that sweet vibe, but it still has that airy freshness. But because it's sweet centric, it can hold up in cold weather. You know, even this OG right here, Bentley for Men Intense. Well, this is Bentley for Men. This is Bentley for Men Intense is a little too boozy and intense for me. This smells exactly like Bentley for Men Intense, but just scaled way more down, just way more classy and in that Fougere pocket of rum, amber, and that kind of, you know, barbershop feel, but more boozy, more ambery. This is a fresh scent that you could wear fall, winter. This is cognac. This is smooth tobacco. This is lavender, bergamot, papyrus, a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla, but mostly about that tobacco, mint, cognac. You know, during the day, you would go crazy with this. Boss Bottle Descent Magnetic, a beautiful, everyday, sweet vanilla fragrance that is wrapped in all of this masculine vibes. It's not just this, hey, vanilla. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than that as a man when you've got that metrosexual vanilla going on, where you don't know whether it's Bath and Body Works vanilla that you stole from your girl or it's manly vanilla. You know, I wore this to work today, and it's just it's just a banger. But you know, once you get into the evening in fall winter, you can start going heavy. You know, your Kamrakawas, your Musk Therapies, your Dior Homme Intenses, Encre Noir a la Extreme smells like a fireplace with hot resinous amber. Your what are some of your more heavies? Your Bulgari Man in Blacks, your Mont Blanc Presence is a beautiful fall winter that is fresh and airy but still holds up against the elements. That heliotrope floral dressed in that masculinity. You know, then you can go with your drenched out fragrances like Trace Oros, By Killian Straight to Heaven, you know, your Absolute Aphrodisiac, stuff like that. This is another example of a fall winter scent. This Encens Suave from Matiere Premier. This is starring the note of incense, and it's just a beautiful incensey woody fragrance that I absolutely love. So you got a lot of options, man. Have you tried the new Gucci Guilty Elixir Absolute de Parfum? I have. Ahmed Al-Maghribi Ignite Oud smells good. I don't know, Asif. I haven't tried it. Aqua Media or Roja Elysium? Elysium is safer, but Aqua Media is still amazing. Have you tried Envy of FOMO? Nope, that's the only one I haven't tried. You play Clash Royale? No, I don't. Any vetiver combined with jasmine or soft oud? Oud wood. The room was about to smell real good. Thank God it didn't. I'm actually surprised with how many... Dang, am I that far behind in chat? Let me kick it up a notch. I've actually been surprised with how many fragrances I've dropped that haven't broke. I mean, dude, I've cracked a lot. What do you think about Rasasi Hawas Black? Great fragrance. Did you ever smell Iconic Nuit from Grandeur? I have not, Reno. I have not. What fresh fragrance do you recommend for warm weather like Florida? Probably that Lin Sumi Force would go crazy in Florida weather. Amorous from MFK. Thoughts? Don't get original Amorous, get Amorous Extrait. Hey, Shakira. Any unique iris-based DNA other than Dior Homme Intense or Gentleman Reserve for date night? Yes. Valentino Uomo Intense. Great iris. If you want a cool iris remix, try Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Le Parfum. If you want something similar to the Dior style, but just a note switch, so it's not an emphasis on iris, but it'll still give you that feel, you can get 8 and Bob's Egypt. And then another one that I tried recently that is a Dior Homme Intense feel, but they replace iris with amber and kind of lemon, is Ombre Premier from Javoy. And Remember Me from Javoy. Thank you for your time and all the answers, SB. Anytime. Do you think Bleu de Chanel is still worth retail price in 2025? No. I haven't tried Tiger's Nest. Just smelled Gucci Guilty Elixir at Ulta. The smell is something intoxicating in a good way. I agree. I felt the same way. Have you ever smelled Drakkar Noir Elixir yet? Yes. Wasn't super impressed. I was lucky enough to snag a decant of the unrealized Initio Can't Get Enough. I haven't tried that. I don't think I've tried that. Unrealized? I haven't tried that. What's the greenest fragrance you have? Amouage Epic is very green. Creed's Original Vetiver is very green. Boadicea the Victorious Hanuman is quite green. That's quite green as well. Closer to Ball de Freak though. Vibrant Vetiver Delight is very green. Terre de Hermes is very green. But probably the greenest would be Creed's Original Vetiver or Amouage Epic, man. Fragrances with aldehydes, cashmere, cotton, floral actually smells like clean pillow. What other fragrances like this do you recommend? It's really hard to beat CK1. When it comes to aldehydes and that clean linen fresh, I kind of like to go more with discontinued fragrances. But to me, kind of 90 Pure White, Banana Republic, CK1, CK Everyone, Coach Open Road. Those are kind of just staples to me for that type of profile. I don't really like to buy niche fragrances when it comes to aldehydes and cotton, pillowy type stuff. Another one that you might want to get into is Xerjoff's Lua or Lua or Lua or there's another one I'm forgetting. Xerjoff, Lua, and it's like a 3-letter word. I forget it every time. Any vetiver fragrance that also smells like roasted coffee beans? None. None worth buying. If you had to pick one fragrance out of your collection to use for the rest of your life, what would it be? Can't answer that. Have you tried? Yeah. I mean, it might not have been a fake, but I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Have you tried Bianca Latte? I have tried Bianca Latte, but it's been so long. I don't have recollection of it because in the last month I've smelled like literally 1,000 fragrances. So I don't want to speak on it because it's not fresh on my mind. So I'm sorry. And thank you for your kind words. Yo, listen, Bread, if you send me a decant, look on the description of any one of my videos. I have a private mailbox. You send me a decant, you will get shouted out on that video. That's always invited. If there's ever a fragrance you guys want to decant and send to me, always do that. You want to be the quickest way to get shouted out on my channel. That video will be sponsored by you and you provided it and you will get shouted out. As long as I know who you are, you put a note in it or put a note with the email, you can send in my private box decants anytime. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate that, brother. Off-Not Supremacy, not only intense thoughts, it's good. I told you that. Wearing straight up vanilla scents will have you smelling like a bathroom. I don't know. I think smelling straight up vanilla will have you smelling like a woman. But even though I say that, I will still wear Nichane Ani. I still will wear Grand Soir. But those are very rare exceptions. I made some sick art out of an empty Bond number 9 bottle by Argos, smashing them and putting them on a frame with epoxy. Yo, Bread, send me a picture of that via email. I would love to see that. For those of you guys who don't know, I am an artist in a past life. I painted this with watercolor. Can I show this to you guys? Oh, gosh. There you go. I painted both of these. You know, getting on my Jackson Pollock up there. Getting on my Janet Fish down here. And yes, that is what my laundry looked like in the year 2007. Don't ask me why the first watercolor painting I ever did, I decided to paint, you know, my laundry basket. But when you're a college student, that's how inspired you are. Not very much at all. Plus, I'm more of a surrealist artist, and I wanted to test myself to see if I could do realism. This was such a great live, dude. I learned so much. I'm subscribing. If you're new here, regardless of the lives, I do game shows, collabs, everything. Multiple videos drop every single day. If you want quick tips and tricks, I drop 2 to 4 shorts every single day. So if you just want to watch shorts all day on quick tips and tricks and comparisons and all that, cool. I drop new reviews every single day. We do collaborations every week. I have a podcast, the whole 9. You can really learn about fragrance fast on this channel, and I don't discriminate. Everything from dirt cheap to super expensive, we do it over here. I have no bias. Has your top 100 changed drastically over the past week and a half? Yeah, it has. It actually has. You know, I'm doing things that you guys wouldn't even believe. Like, for instance, I was just telling Kix Griffey this the other day. You know, as I'm building my top 100, there's some blasphemy that's happening, right? I got rid of Initio's Oud for Greatness. One of the best fresh oud fragrances ever made. This fragrance is incredible. One of the best fragrances ever made. It is off of my top 20 niche. Why? Because I have something exactly like this, but better. it's blasphemous to remove it from my shelf, but I'm limiting myself to top 100. More importantly, top 20 niche, and this is a niche fragrance. It is not in my top 20 niche. However, it should be in yours. So it's sitting over in my giveaway pile. You know, I'm going to be listing everything that gets kicked off of my top 100 shelf on my Mercari, including sealed vintage fragrances that you can pick up as well. So this will be a cool way for people who follow my channel if you want to get into vintage, if you want to get some niche fragrances or like designers and stuff like that for the low ski. You guys can just backdoor get it from my Mercari site when I make announcements for it and stuff. I just haven't announced it yet because I'm just not ready to sell off my fragrances yet. I'm too busy making content, and I'm not somebody who sells fragrances. But I'm going to have to do that soon. But I'm kind of going to make it just a private thing. I'm not really going to be announcing that I'm selling fragrances because I don't really care about it that much. I ended up getting a backup bottle of Valentino Uomo Gold. Haven't gotten compliments since high school. Ended up going to a show for Chicago and for the EDT, and it was banging all night. Hey, you bang off, John. I'm with you. I'm 15. Can I rock Absolute Aphrodisiac? 100%, Bread. You will be the sexiest smelling 15-year-old around. No one will have a better date night fragrance, nightlife fragrance than you. You put Absolute Aphrodisiac on, no one's touching you. For probably throughout your entire high school and college life. Favorite fall winter fragrance? Absolute Aphrodisiac is one of them. Trace Oros is another massive compliment getter. Don't you think Gucci Guilty Elixir is more of a teenish scent? It's definitely not more teenish than Eros. In fact, I like this because it does what Eros does in a more masculine way. No, I don't think it's juvenile. It can be juvenile, but I could walk up, you know, wearing slacks and a collared shirt with that on, and the only person that's going to think I smell less manly is another man. And I'm not wearing it for a man. I'm wearing it for a woman. Is there a fragrance like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, but with a dominant pear note? No. Which clone is Jordan and which clone is LeBron? That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. Acqua di Gio Profumo is Jordan. Acqua di Gio Profondo is LeBron. Suggest me a sexy, mass-appealing perfume under $100. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Armani Stronger With You Intensely. 1 million Elixir, 1 million Royal, 1 million Parfum, any of those. SB, the breaking bottles and making cool epoxy art is going viral. A lot of frag makers are doing it. You can easily find pictures or videos online. Send them to me, Faison. Give me some email links. Angel by Mugler versus Spice Bomb Extreme. Which is sweeter without being gourmand? They're both gourmand. They're both gourmand. And they're both great fragrances. I wouldn't even challenge the two. I've been all throughout fragrance, TikTok, and YouTube. You're my #1 content creator. Love what you do, bro. Still remember coming across one of your lives before you were even at 800 subs. Hey, thank you, Brett. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Oh, I got to the bottom. Thank God. Bro, Eros is masculine AF. What do you mean? Nah, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It's... No, Eros is masculine enough. Gucci Guilty Elixir is masculine enough. Invictus Aqua is masculine enough. 1 million is masculine enough. Paco Rabanne is masculine enough. These are not super masculine fragrances. In fact, Eros is dang near unisex. Dang near unisex. It's essentially musk and vanilla and apple. How many women's fragrances do you know that have musk and or vanilla and or apple. Dang near all of them. Now, will I still wear them? 100%. Recently bought YSL L'Homme. Can't believe how good it is for a designer fragrance. Do you know anything on the niche side that smells similar but with better performance? Ooh. I would get Ex Nihilo Flor Narcotique Extrait. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's hard for stuff to smell like L'Homme because what makes L'Homme L'Homme is the basil. That herbaceous green on that champagne sweet, you know? Basil is incredible. If you go on Fragrantica and just look for basil fragrances, you'll bump into like 10 L'Homme variations, and they're all amazing. Do you know, is Eternity Calvin Klein still good? To older people. No one under 40 is rocking Eternity unless they don't have more than 5 fragrances. What makes it not masculine? Well, I mean, that's completely subjective, right? You know, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you it's not that masculine because it's just vanilla. It's a lot of vanilla and a lot of musk. And like 90% of women's perfumery is vanilla and musk. So more women will stop and smell the air than men will stop and smell the air and be like, oh, what men's fragrance is that? No, more women are going to smell that air and go, oh, I wonder what women's fragrance that is. You know, but it's completely subjective at the end of the day. Vanilla and musk is something that's in a lot of men's fragrances, but not like 90% like women. Why do you think Mephisto is the best blue? Smell it and prove to me that it isn't. Can you think of a fragrance that matches Straight to Heaven's richness but reads lighter and more tropical? So that would be something that's, oh, easy answer. Diptyque. Do I have this? Yes, I do. Diptyque's Tempo. Eau de Parfum. It has the black strip on the sides. The Eau de Toilette is just this glass on the side. Get the black strip. Diptyque's Tempo. Yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for. Very close to Straight to Heaven. Softer. Best femme fatale fragrance for women if you're familiar. Yeah, Encre Noir Original OG Black. There's a girl on YouTube. She made a video, top 12 or top 20 fragrances for weird girls. And she wears a lot of gothic perfume. Gothic dominatrix-y perfume. And she's good. She's got a great nose. I'd love to get her on the channel. I'll bring her on soon. But she made a video where if you're into that femme fatale stuff, she's the one to go to. Yo, what up, SB? It's been a minute. What up, Mike? Do you know anything with the DNA of Grise Dior? Rose Patchouli Oak Moss? Yeah. Pretty much any discontinued women's fragrance before 2000 will have rose and patchouli and oak moss in it. But, I wouldn't really mess with that if I were you, Brad, as a 15-year-old. I tell people I am every race. I can pass for anything but white. And if I blacked out the screen, my voice could pass for white if I really wanted. Skin-wise, because I'm bald with a beard, I could be Mexican, I could be black, I could be Middle Eastern, I could be Indian, I could be anything you want me to be. All right, guys. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. I'm going to take a piss. If you have any last-minute questions, now's the time to post it. Otherwise, I'm going to be signing off after I take all the last-minute questions. So, list them right now. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, gosh. Have you ever bought cheapies and tried creating specific DNA profiles or layering it? Yeah, of course. I have a layering ebook coming out. I ordered Del Mar the other day and it's going to be coming soon. I'm hyped for you, Mike. He's Dominican. Absolutely. Que lo que? Is there a fragrance that feels like Straight to Heaven's rum spice but a little more floral than woody? Yeah, Diptyque's Tempo, Eau de Parfum. Is Oud Satin Mood masculine in your opinion? No. No, it's not. A lot of women like it, but don't wear Oud Satin Mood unless you're going for a woman who's 35 plus. Top niche perfumes for fall. In my collection right now, fall niche would have to be Ex Nihilo Night Drive, Aqua Media Cologne Forte, Pardon, Straight to Heaven, Trace Oros, Absolute Aphrodisiac, Orica, Black Phantom, definitely Mephisto's going, Cosmorati Lyra, Kajal 3, Herba Gold, Harrods, Taifa Oud, stuff like that. Oud for greatness. What is the most underrated note in your opinion? Basil. LV is releasing 4 new fragrances this month with the new colorways as a part of their journey to China. I saw that. Have you tried Rasasi's It's Essential? If so, do you have any recommendations for similar fragrances? I don't, Del, but copy paste that question into my comment section and I will find fragrances with similar DNAs for you. Do you think Cedrat Boisé by Mancera is a good scent? Yes, but I do think it's dated. And what's the best Aventus alternative in your opinion? Armaf, Club de Nuit, Peugeot 1. Hey, so my friend is looking for a signature scent that's unique, and the only ones talking I could think of was Ganymede DNA. Do you have any other suggestions? In his budget is anything under $200. For unique DNAs? Yeah. Slow Explosions you can get for $70 to $100 on Olfactive LLC website. Slow Explosions, super unique. No one will smell like him. Super unique. Ombre Noir from La Lique. Very unique. The Nasamados, but I don't think he's ready for that. Desert Rain from Day 3. Super unique. Aqua Media Cologne Forte, super unique. Amarud's Lunar Vetiver, super unique. Is there anything like Spice Bomb Extreme or Stronger With You Intensely, but darker and more sensual that smells even better? Yeah. By Killian, Straight to Heaven. Would you say Straight to Heaven Extreme leans more masculine or unisex compared to the original? More masculine. More masculine. But I don't think it's like old man masculine. I think it's just more sexy because it lasts longer, heavier projection. Would you say Montal Intense Cafe is more daytime friendly or evening focused? All day. I'm surprised you don't have Liquid Brun. I'm not a big Liquid Brun fan. It's an amazing fragrance. It's mass appealing. It sells a lot of bottles. It's just not my scent profile. Should I get both Absolute Aphrodisiac and Trace Oros? Yeah. I mean, dude, if you have those two, you really never need to buy a date fragrance ever again. Speaking of basil, one of my best winter fragrances for me is Hugo XY. Solid fragrance. I agree with basil. Would add oregano. Just got ombre from Virtus, and the oregano note is blended so well. Bo, send me a decant, bro. Send me a decant so I can shout you out. I want to try it. An agave note and fragrance would be interesting. It would. Thanks, SB. He's always got the knowledge. I also put him on the Day 3 Discovery set, so I know he'll have fun with that. Yeah, man. Hey, we're giving away a fresh new Day 3 Discovery set with all the fragrances in it, including Desert Rain and Royal Reflection. So stay tuned for the giveaway. What's a really good scent in the real life that you only have seen one fragrance pull it off or replicate it with justice? I don't understand that question, Faison. Peace out, Breg. Good to see you, bro. Is Halloween Man Hero more suited for evening wear? Dashy, try Halloween Man Shot. That's the best Halloween Man, no question. The other best Halloween Man is Halloween Man EDT Purple Bottle. Thoughts on Aura Fragrance? Haven't tried it. All right, guys, that's going to be it for my night. If there was anything I didn't answer, please put it in the comment section below, and I will answer it within 12-ish hours, at least by morning. If you're new to the channel, I drop reviews every single day on this channel. Game shows, collabs, interviews, all things fragrance, clone, dupe, inspired, designer, niche, independent niche, vintage, rare, discontinued, all that jazz. We got the giveaway coming up real soon. Look for the announcements for that. And yeah, I'm very grateful to be back on the Q&A, and hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, this is SB signing off. Follow, guys, if you're new here, if you're any new person, a part of that number above you, subscribe. It's free. Spend time here for a week. Trust me, if there's any fragrances you're interested in buying, I have almost over 1,000 reviews of fragrances from all walks of life. Definitely all the stuff you've had your eye on in the stores for, and can give you a very unbiased, clear review to help you with your fragrance purchases and to make recommendations. I just put a camera to my own journey, and I don't talk about things that I don't own. But thankfully for you, I own a lot. So love y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Shout outs to all the people who just subscribed. Love y'all, and hope you have a great night.